Good evening, Franklin family. I'm Dr. Lester, the principal at Franklin Middle School, and we have created a quick PowerPoint video update for you to kind of address some of the misconceptions and confusion that parents and students are experiencing. So let's begin. Let's first start with the classification system, and that is what really seems to be creating confusion for people in the way that all of this remote learning has kind of rolled out. So let's start with in-person learning. So an in-person learning or an in-person learner is a student that has been in person at Franklin Middle School, that they are currently going in person at Franklin Middle School. Um, and so when we come back to school for in-person learning on the 19th, they're already flagged like that on our roster. Okay. A synchronous learner. These are students that are remote learning from home with Franklin Middle School. So they're syncing into their classrooms at Franklin Middle School, and they're called or identified as synchronous learners. And then we have the online school with the district. And these are students that are tagged to Franklin Middle School, but are participating in the district's online program. Okay. So those three classifications in person, synchronous, and online with the district. So when we send out updates, the office will be definitely provide more clarity around who who is impacted by whatever update that we send. So please keep that in mind with the classification system. All students. So all students across the district for middle school start remote learning. The remote learning begins tomorrow for everyone. January 6th, every student in middle school will participate in their remote learning. Remember, tomorrow is an early release day, so all classes begin at 8:30 and end at 1:50. The district online program. If you are in the online school with the district, you begin your classes tomorrow as well. We do not have a copy of your schedules at Franklin, so you need to reach out to your advisor for support. Class schedules. Did you pick up your schedule? If you are a synchronous learner or an in-person learner at Franklin Middle School, we passed out schedules and specific supplies. So if you were not able to come in and pick up your schedule, you will need to go into Infinite Campus to see your schedule for second semester. Your first period class begins tomorrow at 8:30. Remember, we are still in remote learning. So you will be at home, no one will be on campus, and you will log in to your Zoom link to see your teachers. Eighth graders who have algebra on their schedule, if you are a synchronous learner or an in-person learner, you do not need to worry about that yet. We will be reaching out to your parents for a start date of January 19th. So we've had a lot of phone calls about that algebra class. And so we're just asking that you don't worry about that right now, that we're going to address that here in the next couple of days. So eighth graders with algebra for 0 hour, you do not start class until January 19th for algebra. Okay. I hope that this kind of cleans up some of the confusion that parents and students were experiencing today. Again, please remember the classification system because that's how we're going to address the different groups of students. If you have any questions, please call the school or email me at slester@greeleyschools.org. And that is all for these updated announcements. I hope you have a great evening.